All right, I get this question all the time. How can you simulate a feed of bank data where the account balance is consistent with the transactions that are moving the account up and down? So you want when you have $10,000 and you deposit $1,000, you see the next balance at $11,000. That you have total consistency with your data. I've mapped this out into Grafana so that it's easy to see. I have two visualizations here. I have a line chart that's showing total account balance, and then I'm showing the bars showing transactions amounts going up and down. So here we have a balance of $64,000, and then the next transaction dips it down about $6,000, and you descend to $57,000. So you can see that there's consistency in the way that this data is actually moving, and it's a stream, and it's going to move the account balance up and down relatively over time. How can you do this with shadow traffic? How can you make this easy? It turns out that this actually isn't all that bad. You just declare a data generator, and then you lock the initial balance in a vars once variable, so you capture it immutably. And here we're starting with about $15,000, and then we just take two variables here. We have the last balance, which we use a function called previous event to either go grab the last balance that we've had, or as a default, we go grab this initial balance. And then in a transaction amount, all we do is we create a uniform distribution to choose any kind of a transaction value between about -10% of the current balance and +11%. And then we round it out to 2 decimal places because it's money. And then the rest of it just works. All we do is we pass through the transaction amount as a variable. And then for the total balance to update it, we just take the last balance and then we add the transaction amount and then stick a timestamp on it and produce an event every 200 milliseconds. And that's how you get this really nice, clean data stream where your data is going to track really well. And in this case, because I've bounded the percentages to go plus 11%, the balance is going to trend upwards over time. Depending on the range that you choose for transactions, you can make this chart go up or down or stay relatively steady. But that's how you get these pretty uniform data points that will link coherently together. So that's how that works.